If you lost your mother to death, or if your mother was emotionally absent or narcissistic, then you have missed the nurturing care of a mother. As we'll explore in this podcast, Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, being a motherless daughter means being a part of a club that no one wants to be in. The good news is, while you are unique, you are not alone. What if we told you Motherless Daughters Ministry has 20 years worth of pearls of wisdom to help you on your mother loss journey? It's true. And we are sharing all of these pearls with you through this very podcast, Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, sponsored lovingly by Motherless Daughters Ministry.
In Dr. Kelly McDaniel's book, Mother Hunger, How Adult Daughters Can Understand and Heal from Lost Nurturance, Protection, and Guidance, she writes for the daughters who have lost their mothers through any form that they could have lost them in, whether it be through death, narcissistic abuse, emotional abandonment, or anything else that could cause a daughter to have to live without the nurturing care and presence of a mother. To define her term, Kelly McDaniel writes, quote, "Mother hunger is a term I created to describe what it feels like to grow up without a quality of mothering that imprints emotional worth and relational security. Mother hunger feels like an emptiness in the soul that is hard to describe because it may set in during infancy or before language forms and become part of how you always feel. The term mother hunger captures a compelling, insatiable yearning for love, the sort of love we dream about but can't find. Many of us mistake mother hunger for a craving of romantic love, but in truth, we are longing for the love we didn't receive during our formative moments, months, and years. Essential elements of maternal care provide the environment for a robust, healthy brain that is ready for bonding and learning. Babies need reliable, sensitive human closeness in order for the brain to develop the necessary social areas for human connection. Our first love, a mother's love, teaches us how love will feel in the future." Quote, "Today, when fathers are more involved in raising their children than ever before, the idea of the unique and irreplaceable role of a mother may seem old-fashioned, and yet there is significant evidence that biology has an impact on the different ways men and women nurture, and the most recent research has shown that a mother's unique presence is critical to the emotional development and mental health of her children in their early years." Unquote. McDaniel writes in her book of all of the different consequences that mother hunger can wreak on somebody's life if it goes untreated or just generally not acknowledged. And that is a really big reason why I wanted to talk about this on this podcast, just because I feel like it's such an important thing to spread awareness about. Kelly McDaniel writes a lot about how mother hunger can result in disorganized or unhealthy attachment styles that can really wreak havoc on someone's life without the proper awareness. So I really just wanted to use this podcast to spread awareness about her term and just to really let everybody know that they are not alone if they are dealing with this. We're going to take a short break and then get right back to the podcast.
Join a sisterhood of those who will see you. We invite you to a 4-day healing retreat. The Journey, Healing the Wounds of Mother Loss One Step at a Time, is a residential retreat focusing on mother loss and its effect on your life, how her absence shapes your identity, influences your style of mothering and relationships, how your grief surfaces throughout your lifetime, and how you experience living beyond your mother's final years. You are worthy of healing and support, and the time is now. You will have excuses of "I'm too busy" and a million reasons of why not to go. Push those aside and give yourself a gift of renewal. For more information and to register, look for the Journey Retreat on our website, motherlessdaughtersministry.com.
I really specifically wanted to touch on another beautiful term that McDaniel coined, which is the term of a celestial mother. I would like to share a passage that McDaniel writes about celestial mothers. "When you're healing from a traumatic breakup or injury, you need someone to be there for you, someone you can rely on at 3 a.m. when things feel bleak, or first thing in the morning when the world feels heavy from the onset. In these moments, your heart seeks a maternal figure who knows and loves you, someone who isn't burdened by your fears. In such moments, some of my clients find it helpful to lean onto the embrace of a celestial mother." So basically, she just invites the readers to dream up who the ideal mother would be for them and to just call upon that person much like somebody would call upon God during their times of need. And I have found this personally very helpful, and I know a lot of my friends have as well. And so I just wanted to share some of my own words from a blog that I wrote about celestial mothers. Okay. Dear friends, this year I want to let go of the need to impress. I want to instead remember the spirits of a million women that we all have backing us up and eternally by our side, whether they be authors, teachers, or singers. I want to lean on them, and I want to be that woman for others. I want to remember both in my personal life and when I sing that people are generally and helplessly attracted to open-heartedness and being listened to. I would like to rely on spirits more than humans for unconditional understanding and to approach the disconnects I feel with people from a place of love. Glennon Doyle's books really taught me how to think of the afterlife as a place free from disconnects, and I find this thought very comforting. It is true that everything in my life comes back to Glennon Doyle. I want to live in perpetual awe and have this be the year of internal validation. I want to just let my body decide everything. I want to remember the open-heartedness that it takes to live a life, any life, as said by the great poet Andrea Gibson. I want to write openly about my motherlessness. I've recently been reading Mary Karr's memoir, The Liars Club. It approaches her, quote, apocalyptic childhood from a place of unflinching humor, and I find it so refreshing how she is able to appreciate its eccentricities as being, well, good material. I want to share this gem of a passage from Karr's book. Not long before my mother died, the tile guy redoing her kitchen fried from the wall a tile with an unlikely round hole in it. He sat back on his knees and held the tile up so the sun through aged yellow curtains seemed to pierce the hole like a laser. He winked at my sister Leisha and me before turning to my gray-haired mother, now bent over her copy of Marcus Aurelius and a bowl of sinus-opening chili, and he quipped, "Now, Miss Karr, this looks like a bullet hole." Leisha didn't miss a beat, saying, "Mother, isn't that where you shot at Daddy?" And Mother squinted up, slid her glasses down her patrician-looking nose, and said, very blasé, "No, that's where I shot at Larry." She wheeled to point at another wall, adding, "Over there's where I shot at your daddy." Which tells you first off why I chose to write The Liars Club as memoir instead of fiction. When fortune hands you such characters, why bother to make stuff up? Unquote. Fortune really has handed me such characters, and I am beginning to feel as though I should write about it. People like Mary Karr and Jeanette McCurdy, author of I'm Glad My Mom Died, have managed to do so despite the huge taboo and the general belief that it is disrespectful to do so, even in the case of abuse. I want to contribute to breaking down the belief that it is bad to speak openly about this. As the child of a flat earther and the grandchild of the heir of the Guggenheim fortune who spent it all on her interpretive dance troupe, I definitely have some material. I believe there's a lot of beauty, not in these stories themselves, but in the people who come out of them. Like Alison Russell wrote, "Every child that comes from these shadowlands has an alchemist's heart." Mothers teach us how to rest in our humanness, and when you are lacking a mother who is able to fulfill that role, it can be a beautiful opportunity to curate your own people and practices and communities that will teach you how to rest in your humanness. Mary Karr is one of those so-called celestial mothers for me personally, as are Jeanette McCurdy, Esperanza Spalding, and Alison Russell. Meditation is a celestial mother for me too, as is friendship. I will close off this post with this beautiful Esperanza Spalding quote. She's one of my favorite singers and bassists and just jazz icons. This quote of Esperanza Spalding's has really helped me a lot to just rest in my humanness as my personal celestial mother would call me to do. And by resting in humanness, I mean accepting pain and suffering as inevitable parts of life and just letting go of the grass is greener syndrome, because I just think these are really important things that mothers teach us, and if we have no one teaching them to us, we need to just find them in books and music and everywhere that we possibly can, really. Esperanza says, quote, "Even the humility of understanding that there is no silver bullet, like the silver bullet is a willingness to accept there's no silver bullet, or if there is a silver bullet, it's your responsibility to go collect the silver and forage it and shape it and build the device that you're going to use to make a projection. And it's all your capacity to be honest. Like every single one of those elements distilled down to some other function of honesty and willingness to see, and then the willingness to take what is learned and incorporate it and embody it however we can at that moment of our evolution. If we are truly looking with honesty and understanding that whatever the circumstance is, therein lies the value of creating opportunity, then we can face anything and embrace anything, unquote, from Esperanza Spalding. I really hope that this podcast has helped you to reflect on ways that you can create your own celestial mothers, if that is something that feels helpful or resonates with you. And I hope that it has made you feel seen.
Thank you for joining us here at Motherless Daughters Ministry. If you need more nurturing words, we encourage you to have a listen to other episodes of this podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or follow button so you can join us again next time.